that seems to me one of the first illusions and one of the more prideful illusions of human culture, that a final understanding is possible in the first place. Better, I think, to try and frame questions which can endure, and leave off searching for answers, because answers are like operating systems. They're being upgraded faster than you can keep up with it.
That was a quote by Terence McKenna. I would strongly encourage everyone to go listen to his lectures along with Alan Watts, Ram Dass, and people of that nature that can really help you try to at least get a footing of understanding as to what's going on in this world. Today, I am sitting down with Arc G of the Phat Nerdz. This is my first time meeting him and first time talking with him. Man, he's got a lot to say. We talk about angels. We talk about skateboarding. Man, a lot of stuff. He's got a new project coming out this next week called Tokyo Drift. Y'all should all listen to it. I'm just gonna jump right into this. It was a great conversation. It wasn't as long as the other ones, but shit, we got through everything we needed to say, and there will be re-interviews with him and possibly other guests too. Thank you everybody for listening to Don't Get Lost in the Hype, episode 3. Alright, so sitting here with Arc G of the Phat Nerdz.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's kind of warm in this room, but I'm having a good time being here.
It's gonna get a lot hotter. It's gonna get a lot hotter, man.
Alright, so I'm happy that you hit me up, because I've been meaning to like reach out to people and figure out who wants to talk to about whatnot. I believe Cam Sky was the one that like linked us together.
Yes, sir.
Dude's a good dude. I talked to him in Waterloo last time. That was super fun. Man, first I want to start off right away and ask you, what is hype, and is it good or is it bad? And that doesn't have to pertain to music, it can pertain to anything.
So to me, it's kind of like two different hypes, I guess you could say. You got the hype where, say if it's like a new game that's coming out, they hype that shit up and it's just all bad. Like, I know we played one of them games before. It's like, bro, yeah, it's gonna be the game of the year. You get it? It's no. Like, no, it's not it. They got all types of bugs and glitches. But then you got people like, say if you really got some shit and you know you got it, like you truly believe in it. Yeah. And you putting your full fledged, like blood, sweat, and tears, your people behind it. That's good hype. So it's not just one hype to me. I feel like you can go both ways with it. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what energy are you looking for. Are you faking the funk? Or are you keeping it 100? You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. So would you consider yourself to be a big gamer then?
Oh yes, sir. On the game every day, all day.
Well, since you were born, what would you say would be the best game you've played? I know that's kind of a wide thing to ask, but
damn.
Because recently I've gone back. I've been fucking with Spyro, the purple dragon from like.
Okay, yeah. Word. Yeah. Okay. I could not give you my favorite game because I done played so many games, bro. But if I truly had to choose, it'd probably be Def Jam Fight for New York.
Okay.
I gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
That was my shit. It had Redman on there, Method Man, all the niggas. Like, it just spoke to me in a different way, before I was even into music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I feel like they need to redo that or bring it back or something with new school people. That'd be fire.
It'll probably be too soft then.
Really?
Yeah, we ain't got like the true tough guys in the industry no more, bro. It wouldn't feel the same to me. Like it'd be like if you had Lil Baby or something.
Okay, yeah.
Say if he said the saying of what Redman said, you know, I'm gonna take your tongue and lick my, like, bro, I ain't gonna take that seriously. Like, nigga, get your ass on, you know.
That's true.
So it's like it's just all about how it speaks to you.
That's true. I'm gonna have to say I would love to see someone like Denzel Curry on there though.
Oh, he would go so crazy. Yeah, yes, sir.
He's gotten so jacked in the past like couple years. Like, man. But anyways, back to the whole hype thing. In your musical career that you've how long have you been doing music?
3 years now.
3 years? Okay. And what would you say were the hypes of your career so far?
It'll probably have to be Gate of Victory.
Yeah.
Gate of Victory was something that started it all for me. Like, just the whole tape itself, 8 Gates, the way that I played it out and everything, put my whole thought into the theme, the whole Rock Lee thing. But I feel like 8 Gates truly just did it for me. It's not my most lyrical song, which it don't appeal to me like that, but it gave what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I wanted to go for I'm tired of this. I need money in my pocket. Let's do this. Let's move it. And when I was sitting down producing the beat and I heard the sample, I already knew what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah.
So Gate of Victory definitely put me on. Because then after I dropped that, I kind of came out of my shell. Like, I've been part of Phat Nerdz since I moved back here, a couple years ago. And a lot of people just didn't know that because I was so into my shell. Like, all that shit that was coming out was from me. And it was from the background. And people was like, some people knew, some people didn't, which that's what I liked about it. Like, I like being the mysterious face. Like, even after this, a lot of people could still ask who the hell I am. And I would love that because, like, I know who you are, but you don't know who I am.
Exactly, yeah.
So Gate of Victory was definitely that song that started it.
Okay.
Definitely didn't finish, but it started it.
Yeah.
And that's what I needed. I needed that spark. And now, even like, I just see a lot of people, giving me a little more love. And it's showing that y'all waiting for that next thing. So won't disappoint. I'm just trying to keep that next shit coming.
So would you say you're more of a low-key mover than you like keeping it under the radar?
Always. Yeah. Like, shit, even when I'm out with my guys, Phat Nerdz, all of them, a lot of people feel like they should flick up and do this and do that when they link. Bro, I don't even like people knowing I'm at their house. It's weird when it's certain people, sliding through they pad and everything. I don't go because it's just, people I don't really, I don't even want to say click with, but it's just people that I stay away from.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I'm definitely low. I like to keep it, home to myself, humble. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once you truly try to step out and do too much, bro, and you try to claim you that nigga, you this, you want to just, bro, you gonna fall. So it's best to just keep it to yourself and let people come to you.
We talked about that with Waterlow and Cam Sky. We were talking about like big fish in big fish in a little pond or whatever, where like, you might be the king of like your little area, but then once you step outside and start trying to conquer everything, it's like,
you ain't shit.
Get your shit rocked basically. But so would you say like, was that like your whole life? Have you always been kind of a low key person then?
Always. In elementary, I actually had friends that weren't my friends, bro.
Okay.
And me being as ahead of everybody was telling me, I just had to boss up and figure out who the fuck I was. So as I got older, I grew away from them and everything. And from that point on, I always just understood that I'm better by myself. Like, I think every other night of getting up and disappearing, like just nobody knows. But I got stuff that keep me here. Family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Phat Nerdz and my bloodline family, that's who mattered to me first. You know what I'm saying? So before I get up and do anything out of the ordinary to fuck up what we got going on, I will always talk it over with my family.
That's good. Because I know that feeling all too well. Like, there's so many times I'm like, shit, I could take my dog and go live in the mountains somewhere, like, just avoid everybody. But then, like, you realize, like, yeah, but if you go live in the mountains, you gotta worry about, like, bears and shit.
Right,
so
all types of extra shit you ain't gotta worry about in the hood.
So it's like, you can't run from the problems. You can't run from, like, the inescapable, like, shit. It's just gonna transfer those problems to something else.
Right.
It's like
something 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Moving away from your problems definitely don't help. You just got to be a man or a woman and face your shit head on.
Yeah, that's like probably the biggest thing, especially with this whole, I call this don't get lost in the hype. And it's about, and I keep reiterating this because I want people to realize I'm somebody who gets lost in the hype a lot. I get caught up in my own head and my own bullshit and whatnot. And this is kind of a way where I'm trying to find my own understanding along with helping other people find their understanding of how do you face your problems head on? How do you continue on with the issues of life, especially with everything going on right now with like COVID and the protests and everything like that, and politics and religion and everything going on. There's so much chaos.
So much shit, right. How
do you stay grounded and focused on the task at hand?
I literally just focus on me. Everybody problem is not my problem. I tell that to everybody. Like, anybody that asks me, like, you just asked me. When I just keep it 100. I can't lie to people. I don't lie to people. And I know that's a hard thing to believe. A lot of people are like, wow, you don't lie? No, because I don't care enough to. So it's like, when you just keep it 100 with yourself, and you do not, I promise you, this is the best thing I've told myself. Don't worry about other people's shit. Like, I've noticed and like, when I had those friends, I was getting into shit that had nothing to do with me, but I was scrapping for them, but they was nowhere to be found. So as a kid, you got to deal with that. Imagine how that be when you like become a teenager and now you just don't fuck with nobody because you see how people are from the jump. You just got to keep it 100 with yourself and don't involve yourself with shit that ain't got nothing to do with you.
That is so simple, but I feel like some people just don't get it.
They complex,
because you feel like, I mean, like everyone I feel like has this. There's the feeling of like responsibility, and they think, well, I have to keep this person in check, and I have to keep this blah, blah. It's like, but no, you got to keep yourself in check. What's the old saying? You can't change the world till you change yourself.
Exactly.
Like, you got the world is a reflection of your spirit and your consciousness. So it's like, if you're trying to control everything else, but you're not working on yourself, all you're going to do is cause suffering.
Right. Yeah.
All you're going to do is cause pain and stuff like that. So it's like, it's really just focusing on working on yourself and working on what's going on. So would you say, do you have any like techniques or anything you do to keep, do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you even just go outside with your friends? You're saying
I smoke weed.
You smoke weed, yeah. I feel that.
Nah, but besides, because I don't want to put the wrong thing out. Of course. First off, herb is not a drug. Let's just get that out the way. But in our society, it's looked at as that. So a lot of people might be like, man, I smoke weed too much and now it's kind of bringing me down. So you never want to obtain on a substance, you know what I'm saying, to fucking keep you level. But I can't even say that because I use music to keep me sane. That's a substance.
Hey.
So it's like, you just got to find that good substance. There's bad substances and good ones. Use the good ones.
So what would you say? I apologize. What would you say about the hypes of different substances, like drugs? I would not even just say drugs, but like you were saying, music. What are the different hypes of like the substance use? Because there was a while where people were just using nothing but like prescriptions and stuff like that.
And shit like that. It's because a lot of people mix their personal with business. That whole like me, I could go when you go into a job, do they know you smoke weed?
Not when I interview with them and stuff.
Exactly. But that's keeping the business and personal separated. I understand when I smoke herb, I don't want to say I create music better, but it just gives me a better ear. I love it. I love creating music on herb, but it's just like, what if you ain't got it no more? You got to be able to train yourself and keep yourself into one to be able to do it without that. Like right now I can stop smoking weed, but I bet you I'll keep creating music because that's my shit. That's what I do. That's what I like to do when I'm annoyed, you know what I'm saying? Or when I ain't in the mood. So it's really just about separating the good from the bad, and you gotta just lock in on that shit. There's nothing more you can truly do but lock in. If you don't want to smoke, don't. If you don't want to drink, don't. But if you gonna do it, do it.
I think that goes back to, on the very first episode of this, I put out the first quote that I did was a quote by Alan Watts, and he talks about not forcing anything and just letting things happen. And that kind of goes with what you were saying. It's like, if you're going to smoke, smoke. If you're not going to smoke, don't smoke. Like, it's really not that complex.
It's not.
But there was a while, I would say, like, I was telling you earlier, I had a job for 5.5 years working in a factory, and that shit was so, like, I felt like I had to stay high all the time. I was just smoking.
Right.
Wake up and smoke, go to work, go to lunch and smoke when I got home and stuff. And then I was wondering, I'm like, why is my brain so foggy all the time? And it was like, oh, because I'm constantly high.
Yes, sir.
But then once I left that job, I kind of realized, okay, I can, like, wait till I get home to smoke. I can, like, wait for
right. Wait a couple, let the hours go by.
Yeah.
I was actually dealing with that just as a recent. So as a recent, I had some mucus like build up in my lungs, and my uncle is like my grandmaster. Like, I have one, let's just say this, I only got 2 people that could like truly tell me what to do. Like, and I will listen. And that's my, big brother now and my uncle Kiwan. He lives out in Vegas. So he was telling me, it might be because I smoke all day. I don't do anything anymore, just like you worked that factory job. I was actually at a factory job, and they let a player go. and I don't do nothing but create and smoke. So it's like I was like, damn, I could see it's the weed or whatever, but it really wasn't. I was just getting sick. But it's like, I understand those breaks. Those breaks are definitely needed because it could have been another herb. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that shit. Like, we're not supposed to do anything but breathe good, clean air. But we're not doing that with the chemicals in the air anyway. Of course, yeah. So it's like, might as well smoke.
Might as well smoke, especially if it helps you cope and get through shit. It's like there's no. Like, I still don't understand. I mean, I get it because of, like, politics and whatnot, but I still don't understand how it's federally illegal still. Because it's like, there's been no science to show that it harms anybody.
Because that's because when that shit becomes legal, they stop. They really stop making their money.
Stop making money completely.
Or not even that, because when it becomes legal, they really truly make their money because the taxpayers pay into that shit, and that's their money. From the local growers to all that shit, they get their money from that. But I feel like, this is my theory on it, I feel like they're scared of a war, honestly. When you got motherfuckers that's been out here slanging this shit for 10, 12 years, you taking a spot, that's like laying off the union. You gonna get a strike, you gonna get some niggas that's mad.
Oh, yeah.
So it could either be that or it's a whole different other agenda that we can't even possibly understand right now.
That's pretty deep. I mean, like, do you believe with everything going on, not just with, like, weed and whatnot, but, like, with the way America's kind of, the direction we're going towards, do you think there is a way to avoid certain, like you were saying, do you think there's a way to avoid, like, war or conflict amongst us?
Nope. Because everybody think different. And when you got one person that think different and the next person that think different, they're going to clash. Even when you got two people that think the same, they the ones that clash the hardest. Because now you know what I know, but I want to know more than you. So now we got competition. So there will never truly be a time. I mean, and guess you got a lot of people saying, like, the Armageddon, and after when Jesus come, that's when the world would truly be at peace. I can't say if that's wrong or right. I'm one of those people, like, I have no label when it comes to religion. I just believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying? So when that shit come, I know if it is a higher power, I know me and that higher power connected like a mother. So you will get your chance to apologize. I didn't know. What else can I do besides live my life and apologize later? It ain't like I truly disrespected you. But when you got people that's so straight-minded, like narrow-minded, like I tell a lot of people, some people around me, they don't see how I see it, and I just try to think of all ways, you know, as an optimist, like think of your side, my side, but they think straight, narrow as a mug. When you think like that and you just feel like you always right, you always gonna clash with somebody.
Okay.
Always.
Okay. So you were talking about you don't really have any sort of religion, or like you don't necessarily have like a label. Do you believe in, have you experienced anything, or do you believe in anything that's like higher than yourself, or any sort of like...
I have angels.
Okay.
I have angels that I can literally talk to and ask for whatever I want. This is a family given power. I don't really, like, I know all of us have angels, but you have to be on a different mind level to tap in with them. And it's not like I had to do no extra shit like meditating. I could literally just close my eyes, ask, and it'll come. Like, I got a crazy ass story, and I don't know if my ex will be mad about hearing this, but it's cool. So I recently bought a BB gun, right? Steel pellets, CO2, all that.
Okay. We
riding in her mom's van. I'm joking around, fucking around, doing extra shit. I shoot the window. It's a large, like, little pellet caused a large ass crack across her windshield, right? So we driving. She's sad about it and all this shit. And all I did was literally, now this is just only one time. I can vouch for it. It's happened multiple times, but this is just one time, and I'll always remember this one. I asked both of my angels, and I know what my angels look like. One is white, like literally looks like you, but it's a girl with the blonde hair.
Okay.
One of the generic ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the other one is black, and he has an afro. And this nigga's groovy, and I promise you, I cannot. His name is Bushido.
Okay.
I cannot make that shit up.
Hey.
That's the name he gave me.
Hey.
So I asked Bushido, and I asked my other angel. It's crazy because I don't know her name yet. Yeah. Like, I don't want to give her no weird ass name or no generic ass name like Angelica or shit or some shit like that. So I asked them both, and I was like, please make this situation better. I was like, make this crack go away. Now, the funny thing about my angels are they're funny as fuck. Just how I'm funny to my guys and shit, and to people that they are funny. Like, when I ask, I receive. So tell me why her mom see the crack the next day, and it so happened that it was a bunch of neighborhood kids going through the neighborhood, just throwing rocks at people's windows, breaking them and shit. So basically, long story short, they came through and busted another one of her windows. Oh. And she just basically blamed it on them, and I got off scot-free. Oh. So, yeah. that's how that worked for me. And that's when I understood that there was, like, I tried to get into religion, you know, like, more black religions than anything. Like, so, you know, the 5%ers, shit like that, that's what my next tape after Tokyo Drift be about. More like, philosophical shit and kind of getting more into like how we just having this conversation. Yeah, I'll be talking more about this shit deeper level. And once I learned that, like, I went through my life of being spiritual and this and that, but in all, I'm just a person that knows shit.
Of course,
I'm not the all knowing. I don't know everything. I'm just a normal person that knows shit. But everybody try to put these labels of, oh, he's the chosen one, he's wise, he's nigga, I'm just a regular guy that knows shit, bro.
So that within itself, I believe, is a hype. Especially, I'm also somebody who I would consider myself spiritual. I was raised in a white conservative Christian church, and I kind of fell away from that for a minute, and then I just had too many experiences where I was like, no, there's definitely something out there. Like, there's got to be some shit.
Right.
But there's a lot of hype with people. Everybody either wants to be the chosen one or wants to find the chosen one. Everybody, They all want to find their guru. They all want to, like, or be the guru themselves and whatnot. And we have to realize we're all humans. We're all reflections of whatever, you know, just going to say the word. We're all reflections of God's image.
Right.
And so
we all know something, nigga. We all got something going on. Nobody is truly, like, special.
We're all piece of the divine, but within that means, like you said, none of us are necessarily special. I want to ask you, when did you know, you talk about your angels, at what age did you start experiencing that or, like, know about that?
When I supposedly got my first girl pregnant.
Okay.
I prayed to them motherfuckers my hardest. Now, look, I can tell y'all this. I love the kids, but I don't want any. I do not want any kids. Not never, not now. And a lot of people are like, man, you gon' No, I don't want them. I don't, never. Like, and I was living in Houston at the time, so yeah, I was having sex with this chick that we was real intimate with, and she was claiming that she was, you know, feeling kind of sickly and shit, and my mind just got to racing. Like, I have a little anxiety that kicks in only when it needs to.
Of course.
Which is stupid. Like, it only kicks in when a few minutes before I get on stage, you know, adrenaline, basically what we'd call it, but it's like it's into my bloodline, so I know it's anxiety. So it only comes up, like, I know it's my anxiety when my hands get to sweat. If it was just adrenaline, my heart would race fast. So, like, with my anxiety, hands sweat, but the heart is, like, calm, but my mind is racing like a motherfucker. So when she told me that, I was like, fuck. Like, I was a teenager. I ain't have no money for nothing. Like, Plan B, whatever you needed, I didn't have it. So I shouldn't have been out here doing that no way. That's a message to the kids. If y'all gonna be out here doing y'all thing, make sure y'all got money for mistakes. Make sure y'all got the monies, because you gonna spend a lot more money trying to raise something, and you have the age of that motherfucker. So
seriously though, like, keep going. I was gonna say, no, I've heard that before. Like, when I was growing up, I thought about having kids, but then it reached a point where I was like, man, I'm not financially stable yet. Like, I got too much stuff I want to do before I ever have kids, if that ever happens. And I remember telling somebody, my homie Kevin, who I used to work with him at the factory. He was telling me, he's like, you're gonna want kids. I was like, no, like,
never, bro.
I'm like, unless I have, like, millions of dollars and have all the time on my hands and have already accomplished what I want to accomplish, like, I'm not gonna have kids. Like, I'm just not looking forward to it. Because, like you were saying, you got to be ready for that shit. You have to be, and, like, I don't know, like, you got to be prepared. Like, I have a dog, and that's basically
right. That's your kid, nigga. I want a dog. I gotta get me another dog. So rest in peace to my dog Milo. He died last year. He was a little rat terrier, a little strong little fuck though. Like, he wasn't annoying, no little barking little G. He was cool. He was fast. He was strong. He just got old on me, and then his light dimmed out, man. So rest in peace to them. You know, to Milo, I love you, baby.
Damn.
For real. I need another dog. My next one is gonna be a husky. If it ain't a husky or a pit, I don't want it.
I got a husky blue heeler mix. His name is Kylo, and he is literally. He was sick the past couple days. I had to take him to the vet, give them my last $300. I'm like, fuck, like, dude, fuck. But he's doing all right now. But man, when I first got him, there was part of me I was like, man, I'm way over my head. Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now it's like, if it wasn't for him, I'd still be like constantly. I deal with a lot of depression and anxiety and whatnot. Depression makes me not want to do anything. I don't want to go out of the house. I don't want to like go to the store.
Get up, nothing.
He will bug me until I take him for a walk, because if otherwise it's just bark, 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 jumping on me. He won't leave me alone. And at first I was like such a nuisance, but then like once I started getting up and taking him out and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is helping me too.
Yeah,
like, this is helping my mental health.
He telling you like he can sense it before you. He telling you need your fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you can ask anybody of Phat Nerdz, bro. I'm like this. Dogs are me. It's something like I actually went up on a long time ago. I went up on the internet and I tried to find out what my spirit animal was. Come to find out, it's a coyote.
Okay.
And once I learned that, it seemed like every dog that ever came to me just loved me. Like I could not even know a dog, and I could have him sit next to me. Like I say sit, he listened to me like it's like I grew up with a dog or someone was raised around him. So that's why I love dogs. I hate cats. I fight a cat. Like, no cap. The only cat that I like is my boy Verge cat, Tiger. Okay. That's my little nigga. Because he cool and he ain't sneaky. Like, that's what's wrong with cats. You can't trust the animal that always land on their damn feet. What kind of shit is that? Like, why are you that damn on point? You feel me? I hate cats. But my little nigga Tiger, he smooth, man. When me and Tim was linking up over the last summer, Tiger come through, man. That was the only cat that I truly fucked with. And he fucked with me. But back to my angels, I was around 16 at that time. I was sophomore, I believe, in high school, 16. Me and her was messing around and everything. We was getting real intimate. She told me she was getting sick, and man, like I started bawling. Like I'm like, bro, I can't have no kid. Yeah. And I talked to my guy and his dad, and they was just basically trying to calm me down and shit. And then I kind of like just, it was something that I tapped into. Like I seen these two faces, Bushido and my other angel, and I've seen their face, and I just asked. I was like, please don't let this girl be pregnant. Don't, like, if you do this, I will never. Now I lied to them though. They know I'm a lying motherfucker. Now them probably the only motherfuckers I lied to, because I tell them I won't do shit, but I still go back and do it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Them the only motherfuckers I lied to. But they know I'm funny just like them. So when the chick told me she wasn't pregnant, that's when I knew something was different. And I asked my uncle about it once again, you know, my uncle Kiwan and everything, and he was just telling me, like, bro, those are your angels. Like, you finally tapped into that power to where you could talk to them, man. And from that point on, I took that shit seriously. Like, I couldn't avoid that. Like, I don't know so much about... It's weird, because if you got angels, it got to be a god, right? But I haven't seen him. That's like when people say he's black or he's white. You don't know.
That's so true. That's so true, though.
You do not fucking know.
That's so true. Yo, so like I was saying, because I'm trying to connect with you right now, I grew up in a Christian kind of white conservative church, and I had that foundation of kind of like a higher power or something.
Right, yes.
But it was a lot of business, a lot of lying. There was a lot of stuff that was undealt with, problems that I had that I was like trying to bring up, and people would be like, it's too uncomfortable.
Yep.
Too uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to dive into that shit. And then so it reached a point where I just said, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody I'm not believing anymore, but I just don't believe anymore. Like, I was just like, fuck it. But I was still dealing with my suffering regardless of whether I believed in anything or not. I started getting into like psychedelics and things like that, and I started listening to people like Ram Dass. I don't know if you've heard of him, or like I was mentioning, Alan Watts. Sometimes philosophers, sometimes more spiritual teachers. And Ram Dass really honed in on the fact that like it's almost like a Buddhist philosophy that like you have to face your suffering. You can have your spiritual teachers, you can have your God, you can have your, whatever belief system you want to follow, like you were saying, you have your angels, like, but you have to face the suffering.
You gotta face what's in your life.
Exactly.
You can't run from that shit because it's always gonna be there.
Exactly.
No, I feel you because, see, now a part I did skip over is my grandmother's Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
So, my grandmother lived 4 houses down.
Yeah.
And I lived with her all my life except for those 5 years that I stayed in Texas. It was a lot of back and forth between my mom and grandma's house because I was seeing my dad and shit. And she would take us to the Kingdom Hall every Thursday and every Sunday. 6 to 9. Sunday was like 12 to 5, bro.
Mm.
And I'm only a kid. I haven't been in church since I was 6. And, or not church, they call them the Kingdom Hall. You don't want to disrespect their religion. Like, I'm not a religious man, but you don't want to disrespect something you don't know. Or that you even do know.
Exactly.
You know? You just don't want to do that. But, the Kingdom Hall. And, it was just like, I would always fall asleep in there. Or when I heard some shit, or when they was singing, I was like, no. And it's something just like you, bro. Something that just, like, turned on to me. It was like, I didn't like this in the first place, so I really don't want to go.
Mm.
I'm not going to blindly follow into something that I haven't seen, because that'd be crazy. Like, that's what I'm saying. So they say God is black, right? You ever thought about how fucking backwards that would be? Like, if you was white and you was believing in a black God this whole time. Or if I was black, believing. And there's some black people that believe God is white.
Mm.
So it's like, that's where it get real hypocritical for me, because y'all so timid around white people, but how could y'all do that if y'all father is white? Like, when I was growing up, bro, I was the only black kid on like my dad's side of the family, because I got a stepmom and everything. And it's like, she showed me that she loved me, and when I was around her people, I never felt uncomfortable. So how could you do that with the person that's supposed to heal you, love you, make sure you good for life? That's like you having a black dad and you afraid of him. That's your dad. So it's like, once I seen that and I understood that at a very young age, I was like, man, I just gotta do my own thing. I think I just gotta follow my own. Like, I definitely contemplated with, am I gonna die in the end? And am I gonna get my... But I just had to learn that if they say the man upstairs believes and he let you apologize, and you know what I'm saying, he let you get your sorrow out, then it seems like I'm living my life. And y'all worried about some other shit that's like, that's what gave me my depression. My depression, I thought years ahead. Like, I was only 16 thinking I should be rich by now by skateboarding and all that. I was like, bro, you gotta slow down.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest drive. Actually, that's something I really like to talk about too. Like, having how do you, I asked this in the last interview, how do you separate expectations and goals? Because when you have an expectation, you usually get set up for disappointment. But if you have a goal, say like, you know, I want to be this by this time or whatever,
you gotta work.
Yeah.
If you don't, bro, that's like me saying, I wanted, like, when I got this laptop, my MacBook for like $200, right? My last computer died out on me. I was getting sad as fuck. I wasn't making music. Bro, I had to boss the fuck up and stack my cheese, man. Just like you got to do with everything in life. You want a car, you got to boss up and work for it. You don't get that car if you don't work for it. You could work. It's not physically working. It's mentally working. You could work all year, then have money for a car and still not get one. But if you're not putting in the work mentally to discipline yourself, to not spend that money, not to go kick it on the weekend, you will have your car. So, if you ain't putting in no work, you don't get nothing in life. Nothing in life is free. Nothing.
That's so true.
Not a damn thing. Like, just how I gave you that water, right?
Yeah.
I don't expect nothing in return. Let's just say this, but somebody
I got a couple bucks.
Yeah, right. See, like, you was willing to give me some money for a water that I just gave you for free.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
Don't work like that, bro.
No, that's something so true. I feel like these are the conversations we really need in this day and age, like today. Like, people need to confront their spirits about things. They need to confront their suffering. They need to do all that. This is me getting lost in the hype of this type of subject. I always talk about this, and people I know are probably getting annoyed if they know me for a little bit now. But this, like, just the confrontation, you have to work for it. Like you were saying, you gotta reach your goals. But it's like, how do somebody this is what I'm gonna ask. How does somebody do that? Like, and I mean, I know it seems so simple for some people. How does somebody work and constantly stay with it when there's constantly all this commotion and chaos being thrown at you? How do you not get lost in the hype of your own fear?
You just gotta understand what you ain't do today, you can do tomorrow. A lot of people say life is short, but how old are you?
25.
I'm 19.
Okay.
Take how long you've been on this earth and take 365 days and times it how many times you've been on this earth.
That's a lot.
You can't even get the number, right?
Yeah.
Bro, that shows how long life is. It's just about what you do with it.
That's so true.
So my thing is, if you want to know the rundown, like the true rundown of how to do it, because I make it sound simple, but it's truly, it's discipline, bro. What you want, you gotta truly want it. If you don't want it, you're not gonna get it. Like when I was skateboarding, I've been skateboarding ever since I was 2. I stopped seriously once I got onto my music thing and I got into some legal trouble or whatever. And I wanted that. So I was out hours of the day, of night, skating, doing tricks, filming shit. And I was actually traveling for a little minute. Going, coast to coast, New York, Vegas, doing little contests here and there. I was sponsored, getting free clothes. That's what I wanted. But it obviously wasn't, worth it. It obviously what I didn't truly want because I'm not doing it, till this day. I fell out of it. But when I seen that I wanted, that's what I wanted at the time. Life is about growing. You want something yesterday that you don't want tomorrow. You don't eat the same thing every day, do you?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like, if you truly want something and you put that power and that drive into wanting it, the world will give you what you deserve. You just have to work for it. That's why it's called deserving it. You don't get shit if you don't do shit.
Right.
So when you sit down, cut all the bullshit out, focus on yourself, and you just take a step back. All you got to do is take a step back. Don't go forward. Don't stand still. Take a step back. Think to yourself. And you keep calm. Like being calm is just the one thing. That's key. Because when you're not calm, you're not thinking rationally. It's like in a fight. You thinking about hurting somebody, but you don't even know if this motherfucker know kung fu. Like he could turn your whole shit upside down. It's like you just got to think about that. You got to be on the defensive tip. So instead of playing offense, rather be on defense, because then you could just stop whatever the fuck is going on, and then you can continue with your offense. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you said step back. Usually if you're standing right up next to a painting and you're like, I don't get it. It's just like a bunch of blur. It's like,
because you're too fucking close. Get back.
Step back. You need to see the whole big picture.
Yes, sir.
So you talk about skating. Who would you say have been your biggest influences with skating? Because I had a little brief phase with skating, I guess you could say.
When I was younger, so this is the thing. So a lot of people don't know that like Nigel Houston is not that older than me, right? Like when I was younger skating, young. He was like young skating. Yeah. So when I seen he was that age, like that's what I was looking at when I was younger. Because like it wasn't really no black skaters to look at except for Stevie Williams. I always looked at Stevie Williams as one of the guys to me. Like DGK, I'll wear that shit for life. I would skate those boards for life. Like that's the shit for the hood. That's for us. You know what I'm saying? So Stevie Williams, Najee Houston for a time, and then once I got older, I got into my boy Luan Oliveira. Like now he's just my favorite skateboarder out the top. Like anybody asks me, it's Luan Oliveira. That's my influence now. He's powerful. His shit is like just stylish as fuck, and when he do them tricks, nigga, you notice it.
Oh yeah,
you gonna notice it. So those are definitely my 3 influences.
See, I was I'm gonna say when I was like a little kid, I was always too timid to do anything. I feel like when it came to like skating or biking or even sports, I would play, but I always I hated getting hurt when I was a kid. But I remember sitting in front of my screen and playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, and Bob Burnquist and all that shit. Like that shit was like fire. But then when I got older and I kind of started, it was like out of high school. So I was a kind of a shitty person from like 15 to 20. Like I would say like 5 years or some shit.
Shit, weren't we all?
Yeah.
I'm still a shitty person.
Exactly. Like, no, not you. But like, I'm
I feel you.
But there was like a moment where like I was trying to like figure out where my life was headed, and I was like trying to break out of my shell. I was just being awkward as fuck because I felt like everybody hit that age when they were like younger. I'm good on that actually.
Cool.
Everyone hit that age when they were younger. I feel like throughout high school where I saw everybody else break out of their shell, but I didn't quite reach it till I was like a bit older and stuff. And as I was doing that, I started getting back into skating, and I tried to skate myself. And I could ride, I could ollie, but then after that, it was just kind of like not much else. But I remember watching a lot of Jackass, a lot of like Viva La Bam stuff.
Right,
like
yeah,
that. And
all the shit that was on MTV.
Yeah,
all that, hell yeah,
yeah.
That was my childhood. X Games, all that shit.
All that shit. Yeah, I remember watching X Games when I was a kid too. That shit was fun.
See, I was in the hood, so I had to catch it like on the news, on like Fox 24, like on the regular channel.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that I feel you, because what I don't tell people is I played every skateboarding game.
Okay.
Every Tony Hawk, even the Thrasher magazine joints that they dropped before.
Oh yeah, Thrasher, I would read that shit.
And I've played every skate game there is. I'm waiting for the new Skater XL to come out, and I'm waiting for the Skate 4 to come out as well. Skate 4 took too long. It's like, I've been telling, now look, my niggas was, once again, I've been in the skateboarding community for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I know how long it's been taking for these niggas to say, like, the last time I checked, they said they wouldn't even make a Skate 4.
Yeah.
So when my guys came up to me, I'm like, oh man, that's bullshit. Then they confirmed it. Yeah. But it's like the Carter 5.
Oh yeah, no.
It's too late.
It's like if Dre dropped Detox. Like,
right.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
Or like a Chronic Part 3. Like, nigga, you late, nigga. You know that was like 20 years ago, right? Well, I fuck with you, Dre. Dre, you my nigga, but
yeah,
that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid for this skate game, especially since it's EA. But like, just because they always have like the microtransactions and all that shit. But like, yeah, I played Skate 3 when that shit dropped. Like, I was never one to like go out and buy games, like, because we were, even though I kind of grew up in a more white Christian conservative community, I was still like poor a little bit, and so like I remember always getting games from my friends. Like, it wasn't like I was well off, but
yeah, like middle, low class. I feel you.
Lower class, like food stamps, but still went to
making it. Yeah, I feel you. No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. So
that's the way to live.
And so like we were like. So I would get my games from my friends, or like I would like rent them or do whatever. Like always going to the like Family Video and renting like games and shit. And I remember playing Skate 3 back when it dropped, and I was just like so blown away. Until this day, I'll play Skate 3. I'll still go back and play that shit.
You play Skate 2 yet?
I did like Skate 2.
The only reason I like Skate 2 more than Skate 3 is because, one, the physics. I love how like heavier the skater is. Okay. And the storyline. The storyline of Skate 2 is just like,
I will give it that.
Coming back from prison and you got to build your name. Now Skate 3 definitely had a nice storyline, but Skate 3 was done for. Like when they lightened up all the physics and you know now you just doing extra shit. I understand, like they definitely did their thing with the game, but I want to see what they gonna do with Skate 4. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not saying I won't buy Skate 4 because I'm definitely gonna get it. It's just like how these niggas buy 2K every year, which is something I buy every year as well. But 2K got one more time with me. They fuck up, I'm done with them. But I would definitely support my skateboarding community and get Skate 4 and Skater XL and all them. I can't wait. I watch them fucking videos every night just waiting for them games to drop. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, I've been I would say Tony Hawk. I liked the Pro Skater games. I liked the 2 Underground games, and then kind of after that, it kind of
it went definitely wonky.
Yeah.
Like Project 8 was probably their best last game. Yeah. Because after that, they tried to do the remaster joint, which was terrible. Yeah. And then they did all the ride joints with the motion capture board, and that shit was garbage. It was like, I actually got that for Christmas, and I remember damn near almost breaking it because it was pissing me off. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they definitely fucked up. And with the whole other remaster that they dropping this year, I can't wait to see what they do to it. I'm
hoping because if it's the same game and shit. Okay, so let's go back towards. We kind of got lost in the hype of games and skating. Hey, that's just what happens.
That's what we're here for, man.
We talked about your music. You said you had a project coming up next week.
Yes, sir.
What's it called?
It'd be called Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. I was looking at the track list. I was like, okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. My boy Jet out in Houston. Shout out to my boy. I've known him since I was a freshman in high school. Him and AOK, they be doing their thing, man. Some guys I've known since way back in the day, and he released a song called Detonate, and I was like, bro, what you think about me getting on that and releasing it on my tape? So now he on the hook, and now you got my verse.
That's fire. Because I was listening to some of your shit earlier. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the foundation. What I tell a lot of people of, I love 8 Gates. That's what pushed it, but that's the foundation. Like, all the shit that I have now, even from, like, because my next tape after this one will be very slow tempo. But I'm keeping the energy, and it's like, it's even better than that. So it's like, I'm just basically growing, and I can't wait to show y'all, bro.
I'm excited, honestly, because you're saying you're laying the foundations, like your roots, and now you're just starting to grow.
Yes,
I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right, so this has been Arc G. Do you have any last things to like talk about, promo, or?
Man, just be yourself. That's it. I ain't got nothing else. I don't want to push no music down nobody's throat. Be yourselves, man. One love. It's your boy 39th Architect, and I'm out, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for sitting down with me, my boy.
Hey. Wow. Man, Arc G's got some crazy stories, and I definitely cannot wait to re-interview him later on in the future. And I'm very happy I got the chance to meet and connect with him. I want to thank everyone for the support they've been giving me over these past few episodes. Honestly, it means a whole lot that y'all are listening, y'all are liking it. I just appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. So, yeah, if you want to continue to support, go support the New State and the State Sessions. Support Phat Nerdz and Arc G and Nile and Verge and Mayhem and Mind and who else? I'm blanking right now. But basically, thank you so much to the Milwaukee community, to the New State. And yeah, everyone, this has been Don't Get Lost in the Hype, episode 3. Thank you. Spread love.